professionals, but we are here to help. Today in the Back Porch Lounge, we have a special guest. Actually, it's a special episode with special multiple guests. Um, we have Yvonne Ramey. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
No, but that's okay.
See,
Nobody
I knew I
does.
wouldn't.
Nobody does.
I knew I wouldn't. I do.
Renee. So, but hey, I answered
Ramey. Okay.
It's all good.
I like that. I like Ramey. So, Yvonne Ramey. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Should have asked before we started recording.
Nice. Yeah, you should have asked before, man. It's unprofessional.
Okay. Well, again, we are not professionals. We're here to help. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but you can at least act like we're semi-professional. Like we've done this enough times, sir.
We're gonna pretend.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
No, I can't even do that. But we also have a returning guest, Plywood.
Hi guys.
Plywood.
Thank you so much for having me back. I can't believe I've been invited back, but here I am.
I don't think it was an
Plywood is
invite
your
more
legal
than
name,
Yvonne
right?
said, I'm not going to do it if Plywood's not there.
There was definitely like a blackmail situation. That's the only reason why I'm back on this show.
Exactly. And of course, we're going to have the lovely Penny on, hopefully sometime tonight. She's in the middle of her celebration, her grand opening, her anniversary, all that good stuff. She's going to join us and hopefully have a good time with us as well. But tonight, since we have Yvonne on, she is actually from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Dun, dun, dun. So if you're familiar with Dunbarton, a lot of people know the Red Meat Lover. That's one of my favorites. Where they have the Sombra Mesa, which is a good one as well that I enjoy. But tonight we're actually getting to taste the Fiddlehead, which is a really cool treat because these are were only available in New Hampshire, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, you got one right.
We fact checked that, and you are correct.
Yep. But you know what?
See, even you're right every now and then.
It is named after the little fern, the fiddlehead fern, that's like all over the place here. And very, very, I like it is all over the place in New Hampshire. And if you look at the top, I don't know, is this going to even show? Can you see the top? I don't know how good
it's really cool.
See how it's like all soiled up, just like the fiddlehead. So when you're in the grocery store, like Whole Foods, and you see a pile of these weird little things, those are fiddleheads. But
that's cool.
Yeah.
I've learned something new.
Not being from New Hampshire, I would have never known that.
Yeah, and they're good too. But so what's really neat about this is Steve's whole theory behind it was that he wanted something that he could do for the members of the Cigar Association of New Hampshire, something that would be unique for those shops, something that only they would have, that would help them financially. You know, there were just many avenues it could take. The retailers and our company have taken quite a bit of the money that was made from this, and it has gone into help with legislation for cigar rights and keeping everything. Like New Hampshire's got some great rules when it comes to cigars, so it's pretty cool. And we want to keep it this way, and that's what was his train of thought for this, on how he could do something unique that people from all over the company, oh my God, people all over the country could call on, you know. So, and it's unique. It's pretty good. So
it's pretty cool. So, we're about to try it out.
Yeah, I had to search for this. I had it in the very bottom of my humidor. I have I have a cool.
Well, at least you had one.
But I have a cool like an old ice cooler, like you'd have for a barbecue, and it says Mi Querida on it. It was given to us, and I snagged that baby, and it's and I just put my stash in it. Nice. You know, so it's nice. But
I like it. All right. So as we light up, Robert, do you have any questions tonight?
Yeah, here's a weird one. I don't know where this comes from. Was looking at pictures, stumbled upon pictures of people smoking cigars, and I noticed that some people bite the end of their cigars. Why is that?
That's a
Like they
great question.
chew on it.
I don't know. I don't know if I have the right answer, but
Yeah,
I
you can
often
answer it.
do. I will sometimes, oh God, no, I'm not going to like this. Don't take this wrong, but I will sometimes suck the tip to get the flavor of the unheated tobacco. And then when I cut it, and I am a V-cut girl, but when I cut it, I also usually suck it because it's even stronger at that point. And I don't know, it just gives me a sense of it. And you taste it, but then as the cigar gets heated and you're inhaling it and tasting it, then you can definitely pick up even different flavors than you can when you first do that cold draw. And I don't know if that's really why people do it, but that's why I do it. I kind of like to do this whole comparison thing. And I don't know. I feel like I know good tobacco. I don't know if that's true. I know what I like. I know what I like. And when I do a cold draw, I usually get a pretty good indication like, okay, I'm going to like this, or this one may not be for me. So that's my unprofessional opinion. That is my cigar loving reason why I do it. So
No, that's a great reason. Another reason is it's kind of like a tick for them. A nervous tick. They'll sit there and just chew on it instead of lighting
Yes.
it, or they may be in a place that they can't smoke it, so they'll just sit there and just chew on it.
my
It's an
boss
oral
does
fixation.
Yeah, it's basically an oral fixation for some people, and that's why they'll sit there and chew on it. And sometimes there's only people that do just chew on them and don't even smoke them. So there's a number of different reasons why people would actually chew on a stick. Um, it's really all a matter of what their preference is at that point and why they're doing it. Like Yvonne's reason is to get a good taste of the cigar before she smokes it. And like I said, some other people just like to chew on them, man. So um, they're getting some nicotine out of it. They're getting the taste of the cigar out of it without smoking it. So I hope that helps with the question.
Gotcha.
I ran
Thank
in-
you.
So, Robert, I ran into a guy at Publix down there at Thomas Crossroads one afternoon, and I stopped him and I asked him. I said, that looks to be like that looks like a Davidoff. Is that a Davidoff? He goes, yeah. I said, you're chewing on a Davidoff. He goes, yeah. Doctor said I had to quit smoking. But I have so many. And this guy's in his late 70s, and he's like, "Yeah, doctor said I had to stop smoking, and but I have all these cigars, and I'm not letting them go to waste. I'll chew them." I did. I mean, I just saw everything. I'm like, all right, have fun with that. If you need my address and extras, just send them over.
I know, right?
Honestly, he's earned that right. If you're in your late 70s, you have earned the right to chew on your cigars. You know what?
Absolutely.
Absolutely agree with that.
I think you said we're live, and I apologize to all those people that may or may not be watching. Since it's 6:30 here, 6:45 in the Central Time Zone, it's dinner time, so I'm eating and smoking. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Damn.
Just kiss it. Kiss it.
I'm hungry.
What's the
Leave me alone.
hostility? What?
I'm hungry.
Andy's a little
What are you
cranky
eating?
tonight because he hasn't been fed. So
Did they give you a Snickers
100%.
bar yet?
Yes. They got me Zaxby's instead. I'll take
And you're
that.
still hangry?
Hold on, where are you guys? I don't even know where you are. First, you mentioned Publix, and I know this sounds ridiculous. I love Publix.
there's nothing
As
wrong
you
with loving
should.
Publix.
There's no Publix in New England. I mean,
Ain't none in Louisiana either.
I'm originally from South Florida, and how I even got up here is just crazy. But here's this South Florida girl, and I'm like, "Where's Publix? Where's Zaxby's? Did you guys just say Zaxby's? Oh my God, that
Nice.
sauce is so good." Yeah.
Yeah, Zaxby sauce.
Sorry.
Well, I'm in Georgia,
Oh,
and
okay.
Billy's in Georgia.
Yep.
I
And
used to
Grim's
live in
in
Georgia. I
Most
worked-
of us are in
Robert's
Georgia.
Yeah, I lived in Grayson. I worked for Gwinnett
Okay.
County.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Right
I
beside
was on
Snellville.
loan to the governor. No, this is a while ago because I've actually been here almost 8 years. But I was on loan to the governor way back because he was a cigar smoker. And his assistant did not want to travel with him. Well, like travel, but like, like we would go to different events and he'd be smoking away and she didn't like it. So I would go. Remember my days in Georgia, Steve? With the radio, I was what was I part of? The cigar, God, I don't even remember what it was called. But I was on the radio. I wasn't on the radio, but here's the problem. I was answering the phones and I would get in trouble because I was talking, like Steve and I would talk and I'd go, Steve, I got to put you on hold. They want to talk to you. So,
Hey, Plywood, nobody can hear you, buddy.
Yeah.
That's
we
because
can-
I just kept him muted, and now he's gone. Thank God. I mean, oh, buddy.
Aw.
Finally. Now we can do the
Kicking
show.
while he's down, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's
Yvonne,
not here
I'm
to see it.
I'm in Tennessee, East Tennessee, kind of
Oh,
near
okay.
Knoxville. Yep. But the
Well,
rest of the guys are in Georgia, except for Andy, who's
Andy.
in Northwest Louisiana.
Okay, cool.
You know, that's why PCA was so nice to go to. It was just down the damn street for a 5-hour drive.
Right.
It's on the wrong side of the state for it to be convenient.
It is totally on the wrong side of the state to be convenient.
Oh, goodness.
So, Yvonne, how long have you
Yes.
been with Dunbarton?
I think I'm going on, it's either 8 or 9. It'll be 8 or 9 years in October. I don't remember.
Wow.
Trying to think, when did I move up?
That's a good problem to have, though. You're either loving it enough not to care how long you've been there, or
No, it's honestly, it's because I'm getting older. And it gets to a certain point that I keep saying, like, oh, I've been here 7 years. And then I'm like, oh, well, now it's close to 8. And now, am I here at 8 or am I now closer to, I don't even know. So, but you know how I got my job? That's a cool story.
Do tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
do tell.
So I had made the decision that I wanted to come back to New England. When I lived in Georgia, I was living with my father, who had some medical issues, and bluntly, I realized he was getting older, and his condition was only going to get worse, and I needed all the family to help, and everybody had moved up north. So I called my brother one day. It's just the two of us. And I said, okay, Dad, we got to figure out plan B. And he's like, what's plan B? And I said, Dad and I need to come back to New England. Dad needs you in your life, in his life. He needs his grandchildren. And so, I mean, like, it happened so fast, it wasn't funny. And my dad was totally on board with it. And he's like, this is great. And Steve had maybe 6 months, maybe a year before, launched Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust. And he was touring the country. And he was going to Scottish in Buckhead, Atlanta, somewhere there.
Yeah,
And,
Buckhead,
um,
this place.
Yeah. And I would pop in there often. And I was a total Saka fangirl. I love the League of Number 9. And so I'm like, I gotta meet Saka. Like, I was like, it was like, I'm embarrassed. Like, total fangirl. And I walk in, and there he is sitting, talking to everybody. And he looks at me and he goes, I know you. I go, no, you don't. He goes, no, I know you. And he goes, are you the cigar virgin? So that was my silly handle years ago. I thought it was hysterical that when I would walk into, here's how I got the name the Cigar Virgin. After my divorce, I dated a very nice man who was a cigar smoker. And I never like to look like I don't know what I'm doing. Did that sound right? So
Yep.
I went to a local cigar shop and walked into them and said, literally, I'm dating this guy and he's a cigar smoker and I need to know how to do it. And so not only did they show me how to do it, I drove them insane with my questions. Yeah. Why do you do this? And what's this? And what's that? And literally it got to the point I would walk into the shop and the two guys that worked there would look at each other and go, oh my God, the cigar virgin is here. I thought it was hysterical. I was like, that is so cool. So I did, it's nowhere around, you can't find it, but I had a terrible blog. It was just terrible. But it was me. I worked for a company at that point that I traveled all around New England. And so my blog was really about not cigars as much as the shops, because every shop has its own unique vibe to it. You know, their events might be different, or like, all right, let's face this. You guys know Penny. Nobody does events like Penny does. You know,
Right.
she's just phenomenal. You know, and some shops you go into and there may not be much to it, but the people that are there and when you're sitting around talking, it's great. You know, you don't necessarily need fancy leather seats or whatever. It's the people. And that's also what I really love about the cigar community. But okay, I'm going to stop that. Go back to Steve. I'm bouncing all over. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's good.
We're
We're
all
listening. We're good.
about story time.
Oh, well,
So
I tend
indulge
to,
yourself as much as you like.
you know, I kind of go
Come
here
on,
and
children. Let's all get on the carpet. Let's all get on the carpet and let's listen.
sit down. So the bottom line is he and I were talking and he's like, so what are you doing? And I told him I was an event planner for Gwinnett County and I told him all about my job. And I said, I'm putting the house up for sale and I'm moving to New England. And he goes, New England? Why are you going to New England? And I said, well, my family's there. I gave him the short story. And he went, interesting. He goes, what are you going to do? And I laughed. I go, I have no idea. He's like, what? I said, I have no idea. I said, I just know it is the right thing to get my father back in New England, back with family all around him. And I said, so it'll work out. And literally at the end of that night, he got up and he hands me his card and he says, I'm going to be traveling around the States, but you need to call me in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, okay. And he goes, I think you found your job.
I like
Here
it.
I am.
That's
And
awesome.
I mean, you know what? I could not ask for a better job. I mean, I joke all the time that he only hired me because I talk a lot. I do talk a lot. But I do love cigars. I love our cigars. And I love the cigar community. So I love to interact with everybody. And like, how cool is it that this happened? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just,
Stars aligned.
you know what? That's really what it is. You know, again, it was the right thing to do for my father. Yes, quite honestly, my kids were, you know, young adults and I missed my kids. So I'm like, okay, this will be good. Oh, and I even said to him, I said, and I want to go to New Hampshire. And he's like, why New Hampshire? I said, my kids live outside of Boston. My dad and my brother, my dad ended up moving. We built a cabin for my dad on my brother's property in Maine. That's what we ended up doing. And I said, so my dad and my brother and his family are in southern Maine. So if I'm in New Hampshire, I'm in the middle. And do you know that I am so much in the middle that my kids are an hour and 10 minutes south and my brother and his family are an hour and 15 minutes north.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It's like
Nice.
really close. But
Couldn't
You
have
landed
played-
in
you
the right
couldn't have played
place.
that any better.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I joke all the time that I'm number 4 because when I started, of course, it was Cindy. Well, of course, it was Steve, his wife, Cindy, and then his son, John, managed all the shipping and receiving that we did. So you hear me say all the time, number 4, I'm number 4. You know? But, and now we are up to 10 employees.
Wow.
That's it. We
Wow.
have
That's
2
both
people.
hands.
Yeah, 2 people. Yeah, both hands. No toes yet. 2 people in the warehouse. There's 3 of us working the phones. but official employees are 10. And I know some people will, I think they really envision that we're much bigger, you know?
For sure.
And I sometimes laugh because I'm like,
absolutely.
oh, you guys don't know. We're really kind of small. We get a shipment in and it is all hands on deck. We are all out there unloading the truck. Well, sometimes I get a little clout because I'm the oldest. We're expecting a phone call. I should be there to get the phone.
There you go.
Yeah. But I mean we all wear a lot of hats and it's good. Makes the job
That's
not
awesome.
boring.
That's
you
true.
know?
Well, good.
And
Well, but before we continue story time, let's do a first check in on this cigar. Since we did say we're going to do a review for you.
yes.
So mine, it's actually kind of mild, which it surprises me. Um, it has a good smoke output, but it's probably a medium smoke. It's not heavy at all, and like I said, it's mild, but it's tasty. I do like the taste. The cold draw on it was really good. Um, it's a tasty cigar. So, how about you, Andy?
It pairs well currently with Barks Root Beer and lemon pepper chicken fingers with from Zaxby's.
Classic cigar meal.
Because
Told you I was
Classic.
hungry. But yeah, it's got a great draw. I'm with Gibbs. It's got that medium. It's not the Mi Querida that's gonna put you down, pushing down a hill or something. But yeah, it's very for me. It's very medium, and I'll get to the flavors later. Lemon pepper's really
Yeah, right now
jacked me up.
you got lemon pepper. Yeah.
I got lemon pepper in my mind,
Yeah.
and then that's. Sorry, Steve. Take it over.
How about you, Billy? Who
Um,
hasn't had liver pepper wings?
I know. I'm agreeing with both of you guys, although I will say it's more on the medium to medium mild side than just medium, but it is very flavorful. I do like the retro hail. It's not too harsh on the retro hail. Haven't really picked up any of the flavor profiles yet, but I do like what I'm getting so far.
Fair enough. How about you, Grim?
It's good so far. It's good. It's
Nice.
Man, a few words. How about you, Robert?
I agree with everyone, even Grim. It's very nice. Burning nice, good flavor, input, output, perfect. Yeah, I like it.
All right. How about you, Zach?
Yeah, sitting at about a medium for me. I'm getting a little bit of like pepper on the retro hail, but not on the draw. It's like I'm a little sad because I know that this isn't a cigar I can just go pick up, but I'm very happy that I get to enjoy it
Right.
because I'm really enjoying it. It's really good.
And by the way, Yvonne, Toro, I think it's Toro Cigar, is actually saying you're sitting there smoking in your living room like a queen.
Oh yeah. Actually, it's my office.
It's her office, but still, it's inside, nice air conditioning, and she's able to smoke.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
badass.
I'm getting bit by mosquitoes.
Join the club.
I love it.
By the way, Plywood said he has a hard time maintaining a connection.
Is
And
he
so he's
talking
gonna-
about his love life?
No.
Didn't want to go there, but
Damn.
probably.
Oh well, that's a bummer.
Mild, tasty goodness.
He's gonna
That's
he's
what
gonna jump in
Plywood
the
says.
chat.
It's a good thing he doesn't watch this podcast.
Mm.
I was really
I
hoping
was
I could
hoping
get
he
one of
would
those
give
60
us-
second,
That's what I was just
60
gonna
tomato
say.
review.
Can we get a
Yeah, we
60
need to get
second
we need to
tomato
get-
review of this?
Absolutely. Steve actually put in the comments he's disappointed. He's sorry. He says the cigar is delicious, nice and mild, toasty and goodness. I don't know why I'm giving his review. He needs to get his ass on here if he wants to give a review. I mean,
Damn.
that's just half-assing it. You know,
Right?
damn.
Ben, I'm taking you to HR.
You should.
You can stop
Directly
by my
to
office
HR.
You
anytime,
have
Jim.
been ruthless over the last hour, and I don't think that's really going with our company value.
I know Yvonne really, for some reason, Yvonne really likes Steve. Can't figure it out. I mean, it's one of those things, a mystery in nature that just doesn't fit, but just it happens. I don't know.
Unicorns?
One of the unanswered enigmas of the universe.
That's it.
I think he's great. So
We
He
think he's
won
great
Adorable
too.
in
He
his
wouldn't
own
have,
little kid-friendly way.
he
wouldn't
won
have been
my
on here
heart.
for 3 times. Did he?
He did.
How much did he pay?
I don't know, maybe $29.95. I don't know.
So it's a bargain at twice the price.
No, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Like I said, we've had him on 3 times now, so we wouldn't have had him back so many times if we didn't like him.
Well, that's good. So,
Even though I'm a complete ass to him.
you know what I think is unique about this cigar?
What is
The
it?
filler is
tell?
actually from 3 different countries. So you've got Nicaraguan in here, Dominican, and then good old Connecticut. So I just think it's neat that it's got a little bit of everything, you know. An Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. That's about as technical as I get. You know? Like,
that's more
okay.
than I knew,
I
so.
I say country names and leaves. Good times. That's all
And
you
I
need to
usually say country names incorrectly. Actually,
do. Like
that's
I
a
do
few-
last names.
Well, it's
We got that
okay.
down.
It's okay. You know, my parents almost called me Amy. And honestly, yes, 9 out of 10 people call me Yvonne Ramey. But then I would have been Amy Ramey. Like, it never would have gotten right. you
Amy
know?
Ramey.
Yeah, Amy Ramey.
Never would have ended.
Yeah.
High school would have been total crap for you.
Yep.
Either star cheerleader or outcast immediately.
What are you talking about? You know, if you had that name now, you'd be a YouTube star. So, you know, it might work out for you in the end.
I mean, there's branding behind that already, like built in.
Exactly. It's built-in branding. You got cigars with Amy Ramey here. How's it going, guys? Fantastic fiddlehead going on today.
You know what? I don't know how people do
sells
that.
itself.
I watch these people do this, and I'm always going, I'm like just so good at it, you know. But this is great because I like.
It's editing. Clever editing.
Yeah, that's all
That's
editing.
a lot of editing.
Or 500
Simple
takes.
listening,
Hey,
Wow.
Yeah.
so I just thought of something. Do you think Plywood's phone is in the peas right now? Like, that's where you think?
You know, I had that thought.
too.
Yeah.
Probably it needs
Is
to
he
be
in the
That's probably
freezer
what's going on. It's probably
the-
overheated.
I just remembered he
We
was
did
the one
tell
that
him one
had the phone, his phone in the freezer, like in the peas and stuff. And I was like, I wonder if he's doing that right now, just to see if he can get back in.
He probably
hope
is.
so.
Do we need to
It's
do a
dedication.
GoFundMe
What
for
it is.
him? Get him a new phone.
Maybe.
or a laptop. Because it seems like the
Yeah,
3
or a
times
laptop.
he's been on his phone, and it's like, maybe he needs a laptop.
And he's had problems.
Yep.
100%
So needless to
surrounded by
say-
peas.
So Yvonne, let me ask you, what's I don't know the story behind the Yeti, or the Sasquatch, I should say. So what is the story behind the Sasquatch?
You
Yeah,
know,
Sasquatch.
I thought I knew the story, and then I heard him say something that kind of was a little different. So I don't know if what I think is the story is correct.
All right, do you
And-
know both versions? Because you can give us both, and we'll be like, we'll try to
here's the
determine which one's
problem.
bullshit.
Honestly, I don't remember the other thing that he said. I just remember going, "What? I didn't think that was the story." I thought it was because his last name is Saka. You know, back in the 70s, like everybody was always talking about Sasquatch. I can't even say, I always say Sasquatch now. So I can't say Sasquatch. But, you know, everybody would always be out with the Sasquatch sightings, you know. I know he was in the Navy, and I believe that like people on the ship kind of gave him that name. But I'll be honest, I'm not sure that that's really correct. But I think it's very appropriate. Not that he's hairy. Not that I really know. Let me clarify that. But that sounded really bad, and I didn't mean it to. But you know, he's got this overpowering, and that's not in a bad way, but personality. You know when he's in the room. You know, sometimes we know when he's in the building because we might hear some muttering going on. And then, you know, he's a little vocal, you know. You know when it's a bad day. You know. But I honestly have never had such a fair person to work for. I mean, I've had a couple ups and downs in my life, and I've needed to take time off for some weird reasons. He has always been so good to me, as has Cindy. I mean, the two of them together are just fantastic. And I mean, they literally have always made me feel like I'm part of the family, you know, awesome. And I'm very lucky to have this job. Not only because I love cigars and our cigars, but the people I work for are good, fair people, you know, and not that I'm saying anybody else in the cigar industry is not fair, because I wouldn't know, you know, but I just know, well, I can't believe
your experience.
I can't believe I'm going to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you it anyway. I am a big advocate for knowledge about suicide. My father committed suicide, and the night it happened, me being the good employee, this is kind of weird, it's 12:30 at night, and I call the Sakas to tell them I'm not going to be in the morning. You know, I'm like, I won't be there tomorrow, you know, and I honestly don't remember the conversation. I just knew I'm living here. I had an hour drive to get up to my dad and my brother. And Cindy's talking to me, and then she said, "Don't go. You're too upset to go. Steve is dressed. He's coming to drive you up to your dad's place." And that just,
wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That's
I don't even know how to put it into words. It just
that says everything you need to say, really.
right. You know,
Yeah, it gets you in the feels. That's what we say.
yes,
It gets you in the feels.
exactly.
Yeah.
I actually told him I didn't want him to come. Well, the truth is, I wanted that drive for me to kind of
Process.
work through it, kind of on my way. And I really,
Yeah.
you know, what were Steve and I going to talk about? It was kind of an emotional night, you know. And
Yeah.
that's the other thing that surprised me. He is not good with emotion, which is understandable. A lot of you guys are like that. And I obviously was going to be, yeah, I'm afraid it's true, but it's okay. But I was going to be emotional, you know. Honestly, I wanted that hour drive to cry. You know, I knew once I got to my brother's place, I had to kind of like be on top of things. I'm the oldest, and I take that job very seriously. You know, like, okay, this is what we got to do, you know. And I know without a doubt that he would have been there. And I actually know that, I mean, there's been other times he's done stuff that has surprised me, just like that you just don't think it's going to happen, you know. And you know he cares about the people that work for him, you know. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I don't mean to get emotional there, but
No,
All good.
thanks for sharing. I mean, that's very personal.
Yeah.
well, I think it also shows so many people get this impression of him that he's tough and opinionated, and he's all of that, you know. But there is this other side of him that he also truly very much cares about all of us that work for him and many other things, and he takes all that seriously, and I admire that, Like I remember when COVID came and he was like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Nobody knew what it was going to be like, and he's like, we're going to be okay. We're going to go in, and there weren't that many of us, so it wasn't a big deal. We were actually considered a necessity or whatever the classification was, which I was like, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was great, but I was like, really? No,
And
okay.
liquor stores. It's like, okay.
And we did, but that's the other thing that I find amazing. It really is a great team, so.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you, our first impression of Sokka, I left that table with my ass feeling like it went through a meat grinder, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Because it was kind of
It was
cool because
hilarious.
when we talked to
It is
him,
funny as hell.
he didn't really know what to think of us. Because a lot of people that go to him, especially at like these events, are looking for a handout for something from him. And literally, only thing we wanted from him was time.
Right.
And that was it. Literally, we didn't want any kind of sponsorship or anything like that. We just want his time to say hi
Right.
and to try to see if he'd be interested in being on the show and things like that. So it kind of shocked him. So I don't think he knew what to think of us when we first met him,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even though he reamed me, I had fun.
It was a
What
fun.
the
Everybody
hell
else had
do
fun.
You want? I mean,
I'll be honest. I don't want to do anything that will get him mad. There's something
Yeah.
that he will give me this look, and I somehow feel like a little kid. Like, what did I do? That was really dumb. Why did I do that? But at
that
the
look
same,
right after he talked to us at PCA, like Yvonne, what the
no,
hell was that?
it was not that.
Exactly. What the shit was this? Why
bring
did you
me
do this to me? Exactly. Why did you bring
No.
these assholes in here to talk to me?
But that's the other thing I admire about both him and Dave Lafferty, our VP of sales. He is just, I don't think I said his title right. Anyway, I can ask them anything and sometimes feel stupid, like I shouldn't be asking this question. I should know the answer to this. But they'll tell me, they'll explain it to me the best they can, so that I understand it better. And I like that. And when we, he'll take us as a team, and he really does want input from all of us. I mean, yes, obviously he's the man. He makes all the big decisions. But there are absolutely times that he'll just like randomly come and say, so what do you think about this? And how would you handle this? And then because I am behind this computer all the time. I have my 2 screens. The reps or brokers will call me and say, I'm hitting this store. They'll give me like a list of the shops they hope to hit. And I can go into the computer and I can look and say, okay, you know what? They should be pretty good. Or you know what? They haven't ordered in a while, and I'm like, that's what you need to point out. See what's going on there. See if they need help. I can analyze it pretty quick and then give them kind of what they need, and also let them know what like our stock levels are. Like this is great. This is going to be fine. Because the truth is, we have 2 different factories in Nicaragua that make our cigars for us. I mean, Steve is down there. Well, he just got back. He was down there for a week. I mean, I would say he's down there about every 6 weeks, usually for a week. He's very hands-on, and
That's good.
it is good. It is good. He's very much very hands-on, like,
Wow.
yeah. So I always get disappointed. I always want him to bring some like test blends with him. You didn't bring anything back.
Come on.
Yeah, but here's the
You
bad
need to
part.
call him out for that.
He has given me test blends, and like he always does it when I am smoking something. So I don't want to stop smoking when I'm smoking. And I tend to put it in that humidor of mine. And then I pick it up and it's got like this code on it. And I'll go, Steve, what was this one again? And he's like, how the heck do you think I know? La, da, 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 da. You know, and I'm like, I know you know. And he just gives me a hard time about it, you know, but I don't know. We do make a lot of stuff. So
You do.
Making a lot of good stuff.
we
A
do.
lot of good stuff. yeah.
Definitely.
I am. I'm lucky. Very lucky.
So,
All right.
I'm sorry, Gibbs. I want to throw a question out there while you're talking.
Go ahead.
How did you get to know Penny, Yvonne? Was it were you going there?
That's where I was going. That's exactly where I was going.
Okay.
Yes.
I love Penny. Penny and I actually, truthfully, in the beginning, just became friends on Facebook. You know, we were two women who were at that time, I was in Atlanta doing my thing in Atlanta. I was just a cigar smoker, and they're really, I mean, like 10 years ago, there just weren't as many women. Now there's a lot more women in the industry and in general smoking. You know, I mean, I remember going into shops and I always got well, what's your husband like? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because I'm not buying for my husband, you know.
Right.
Like, hey, you know. Actually, my ex-husband tells everybody that if he was a cigar smoker, we'd still be married. That is not true, but that's what he tells everybody.
You hear that, Plywood? It's not true.
But yeah, so she and I were literally just friends on Facebook. And within weeks of that, I had made the decision to move back up to New England. And I had a very good friend who owned a very small shop on Lake Winnipesaukee. And he's actually was one of the guys at that first shop that I went to that kind of taught me what to do. And I mean, he was my best friend, you know, and I was coming up.
Was he your best friend? Like, he answered so many questions that you felt he was your best friend, and when you walk into the shop now, he's just like, "Oh my God, this woman is back."
No, I know I drove him crazy, absolutely. But he was so good. He was a very happily married man, and his wife loved me. Was like, you are his smoking wife, and that is all cool. And she would hang out with us, but she would like sit away from us because she didn't like it, you know. But we would hang out outside, and she'd like, I'm still here. I'm part of the conversation, you know. But yeah, he was a good guy, and I knew I was going to move back up, and I took a 2-week vacation and came up to New England to kind of start to look for where I wanted to live and all that stuff. And I made a post about, hey, I'm heading to New England, da, 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 da. And she was like, well, we need to meet. And we met at Twins. And that's where the danger all started. It was kind of crazy.
Danger.
Excuse me.
Danger,
Yeah.
Robinson, danger.
I love her. She's a great woman.
Yes, she is.
We love her too.
Brilliant at promotions, brilliant. Like, her mind is just incredible. So I swear I know how to smoke cigars. I don't know why I'm coughing.
It was the water. The water interfered with the smoking. That's what happened.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm
That was
talking
it.
so much though, my mouth keeps getting dry.
All right. Well, we'll talk for a little bit now then.
Okay.
We're about halfway through the cigar, so we're going to do a halfway point check-in. So far, consistent smoke. I've enjoyed the taste. I've enjoyed the flavor. Can't quite put what I'm tasting a name to it, but it's definitely a mild cigar. Well, it's a medium cigar, not mild. I love the smoke output on it. It's a full smoke, but like I said, it's still a medium cigar. And I do like that flavor. I do agree with you. It's good. So, how about you, Andy?
Well, now that the lemon pepper's worn off, kind of an earthy, I don't know, kind of an earthy flavor to it. or that's as close as I'm getting. I'm trying to smoke it slower because it's the only one I'm going to get, and I don't want it to go away. I don't want to get to that sad part on the cigar.
Oh, it's going to happen.
I know. Shut up. Don't ruin it. Pass. Yeah, it's got it's I don't know. It's not to steal Grimm's wording, but it's good. I mean, it's medium bodied, just goodness. Is where I'm at tonight.
All right.
That works.
How about you, Billy?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to disagree with either one of you guys. It's been really consistent the whole way. Haven't had to do any kind of touch ups or anything like that. I'm not getting a specific flavor profile. I'm not really sure how to describe it. Earthy might be like you said, Andy, might be the best I've got to give it any kind of description. But it is very enjoyable and very flavorful, but at the same time, you do have that mild to medium body. So it's not something that's gonna punch you in the face. It's just you're gonna sit there and relax and enjoy it.
That's fair enough. How about you, Grim?
I don't think I'd smack my mom for one, but I would at least think about it.
You consider it for a few seconds, huh?
I consider it for at least a few seconds. I'm just saying a
Am I
lot.
gonna be mad for a long time or just a little if I smack you for this cigar?
Just like a couple seconds, I'd be like, huh, no, huh, no.
Mm.
You'd be like in this
All
stage.
right. How about you, Robert? Is your mom safe?
Oh yeah, she's safe. Some of my patients aren't, but she's safe. I've been at work all day, got home, hopped on here with everyone, enjoying my time. This is the kind of cigar I would enjoy after days like today. Just rough people at me all day, and to sit here with everyone, enjoy this. It's great. Flavor's great. Great input, great output. The kind of cigar I love.
Awesome. How about you, Zach?
I am getting some flavors that I can try to articulate. I'm going to sound a little pretentious when I say this, probably, but the strength has not increased significantly, but the flavor has. I'm getting a little bit of like dark chocolate, a little bit of like hints of coffee. Sounds so stupid when I say it out loud. And a little bit of cedar and earth. And it's fantastic. And I'm really sad that this is the only one I got. I've had a handful of the Dunbarton line, and I would say that this definitely fits with it, but it's kind of its own thing from what I've had. The first couple of cigars I had were on the stronger side. There were the Miakari. I always say it wrong.
It's okay.
And the Red Mutant Lovers, which are significantly stronger than this. But this is holding its own. It's a great cigar. I hope it makes a comeback in some way.
Oh,
I like that look that you made right there.
I saw that.
You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything.
There's some things I'm not at liberty to say.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't see
Didn't see
anything. I
nothing.
blinked.
Didn't hear
Or see
nothing.
Ties kill me.
And that's all I got to say
You can
about that.
You can tell us offline. It'll be fine. We don't tell
So,
anybody.
so just so you know, Steve's trying to put, or Plywood's trying to put his 2 cents on the message board since he can't be with us, and he's saying that it has a bread flavor, and it's super consistent with earthiness. And I don't know what kind of bread he's been eating, but
I could
getting like
see that
Sourdough.
as a descriptor, like that kind of like the fresh baked bread kind of flavor. warm bread.
like a
anyway,
multi-grain bread or something, kind of
I don't know. Good bread. Some
I don't
good ass
know.
The
bread.
rye.
a rye.
It's a nice German brochen. It has the sunflower seeds just popping. No, the fuck it doesn't. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Jesus.
It's good leaves and it's burning good.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I could
I'm
get
gonna
behind
quote
that one.
somebody-
Yeah.
Just
I-
go,
I'm gonna
just
quote
go
the
with
guy that,
Graham's
you know, said it.
description. That's good.
To somebody in the chat
Toasted
said toasted pumpernickel.
Yeah, I like that.
That's Josephus. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, it's pretty funny.
Nice. I'll just check 'em
He
out.
does cigar reviews and this like old timey video. It's funny. Go check it out.
That's
It's
weird.
pretty
Nice.
I will.
funny. But yeah, all joking aside, it's pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
Very.
And like I said, Penny should be joining us sometime soon. Hopefully. She may be just having a good time. She probably got too many drinks in her, and she's like, "Yeah, fuck that shit.
Right?
I'm just gonna relax."
Hanging out with
Oh,
those
my
losers.
God.
I have a feeling that there's a lot of people up there tonight. You know,
Probably.
Yeah.
There should be.
for the
I would imagine.
significance of the day. Like I said, I really did want to go, but it's a 2-hour drive for me. And then I'm thinking, then I'm going to do this with you guys. And the drive up and doing this with you guys is great, but the thought of later tonight driving 2 hours.
Yes.
It's just like,
You could have
that's
called
rough.
us. You know, now that you have Gibbs and I's cell phone number, you could have just called either one of us. It'd have been fine. We'd have had a cigar with you on the drive home.
oh, okay. Well, that's a thought. I'll remember that because I will go see her. I feel bad because I know today was an important day for her, and she wanted people around her, and but it had to be a Wednesday, Oh, but
That's all right. My anniversary was yesterday, so I know how that works.
well, happy anniversary.
Thanks. Continue praying for my wife. It's been 19 years.
Marriage can be tough.
There are days.
Especially
Sometimes
to that
weeks.
guy.
Right?
To that guy.
Especially tough to him. With
I
friends
mean,
like
I've
this,
been
Gibbs
friends with
longest.
you for almost as long. Yeah.
Yeah, almost.
Really? You guys have known each other
I've
that
been his
long?
yeah.
Why didn't you
Long.
guys
15
get
years.
married?
Well,
I'm
They're
sorry.
not
each
wouldn't
other's
say
type
yes,
anyway.
Yvonne. He wouldn't say yes.
Can't say he hasn't tried.
pretty much.
I mean, I had a
No,
dowry.
I'm sorry.
and
That was a
everything.
bad joke. I apologize.
Oh no, it's totally appropriate for this show. Thank you.
I think since I've become the matriarch of the family, I now do like all my dad's bad little one-liners. Like I just and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, oh my God. So
Oh, I love it.
it's
That's
all
That's how we roll.
Believe it or not, Plywood has come out with something pretty decent out of the comments. So I'm supposed to ask you about the STFU soccer pack. It's rarely been discussed. So is it one of
Yeah.
Steve's greatest ideas?
Oh, it was like the best idea. So, so
Story
when-
time. Get in the carpet. Get in the carpet.
when he first came out with the brulee, everybody that he gave a sample to, we all thought something different about it. And there were quite a few of us that are like, is the tip sweetened? And he would just go bonkers. Just bonkers. No. So I can tell you this, the tip was never sweetened. Actually, that's not true. There's one in that pack that is sweetened. But he wanted to do that. Well, he did that so that everybody would know. So you would buy this pack, and it was the initials stood for, can I cuss? Stood for
Yeah, absolutely.
shut the fuck up. Oh, hold it.
Yeah.
Am I talking about the right cigar? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already said the curse word. You can't take it back.
Yeah.
I know.
And then so each one or two were a slightly different blend. And the premise was you would buy this pack of 5 cigars and you would smoke them and you would try to figure out what you thought it was or what the components were of it. Which one had a sweet tip? Was there a sweet tip? You know, was there a double dipped sweet tip? Was there no sweet tip? So we everybody would analyze it. I mean, I spent hours like, okay, what am I tasting? What am I tasting? You know, and he waited like a couple months. People would start posting things and he'd say, don't post anything. And he finally ended up giving the correct answers to everybody. And then we had to smoke them all again to kind of see, like, okay, let's try this again, you know.
Is he full of shit? I think he's full of shit. I got to smoke this again.
I mean, it was brilliant, you know. I mean, my phone did not stop ringing. Everybody wanted it. And the people that didn't jump on it, he takes like pre-orders for things and he'll have that amount made. So for instance, we took pre-orders recently for the holiday Stillwell that's going to come out in November. It's a new blend, a new size, a little bit different size. I don't know. Have you guys, any of you tried Stillwell? Because it's the one that also has the pipe tobacco. And the truth is, people either love it or hate it, you know, and they're kind of that way about the different flavor profiles, you know. But he always, like at Christmas time, kind of like pipe tobacco, he likes to come out with a holiday blend, a more aromatic one. And this year's actually is going to be a little bit shorter. I haven't had it yet. So don't think just because I work for the man, I get to try everything, because that's not true. But at the trade show, we sent out like feelers. We asked people, do you think you're going to be interested in this? Just so that he had a premise of an idea. So we knew approximately how many shops said they were interested and approximately how many they were saying they wanted. And then we send out like an email blast to all the shops, and we send it out like 2 or 3 times to the shops. And we can even tell if they've opened their email or not. So, you know, because I'll get people after the fact that'll call me like literally a month and a half
I never
later.
got it.
Yeah, like, I never got it. And I'm like, really? Well, okay, let me make sure that your email is correct. And I check it. I apologize. And sure enough, we go in and all 3 were sent to them, but they never opened it. So it's like, okay, but I can't be nasty. I can't say anything. I'm like, well, I've made sure your email's in there now. But he'll take those numbers and he'll make more than that number, so we have extra, but he doesn't make a lot of extra, because we also don't want something for 2025 when 2026 comes around, you know. Yeah. And then sometimes, like in 22, that Stillwell was so popular. I still get people that say to me, that holiday 22 from, you know, Stillwell. And I'm like, it's now the Stillwell number 22 because it was so popular. People wanted it. So he brought it to the line. So people have to pay attention to their emails, though.
For those of you that may be watching, read your damn emails.
Please.
And just so you know, I did not get that email.
I'm sorry.
I didn't do it.
Well,
hit me up later. We'll send you our email.
Okay.
Not that we can order them because we don't have a license or anything, but
yeah.
Or not that you'll actually put it on the list, but make it feel important.
Just to be thought of, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
you guys should have an idea, though, too, of what's coming, you know?
We try. It doesn't work out that well for us.
I keep up pretty well, but
we can fix that. We can make it work.
There's a lot to keep up with.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot.
There is a lot.
Honestly, guys, I don't know how you do it. There are so many cigars out there. I mean, I don't know how Penny does it. I don't know. honestly, the thought of running a shop just sounds like it'd be so much fun. Oh, we'll do events and we'll do this and we'll do that. But I don't think that I am really capable of remembering all the different brands and all the different profiles and all. I mean, there's a lot of information that these shop owners and the people that work at the shops and you guys, I mean, because you're trying cigars all the time, and they're all different, there's something,
Let me tell you the
I
trick.
think it's amazing that somebody can walk in and say, well, this is what I normally like, but you don't have that. What can you suggest? And I've watched Penny do it. She's amazing. Yeah. Oh, well,
She
if
is
you like
amazing.
that, you need to try this one or this one or this one, and I'm like, oh, really? But I will admit, I mostly just smoke Dumbarton now. I do smoke other stuff, and I'm allowed. That was one of my questions. That was one of my questions. So if I work for you, are you gonna get mad if I smoke something else? And he was like, absolutely not. He smokes all kinds of stuff too,
Well, yeah, of course he is, because
You
Right.
you
should.
have to keep up with competitors.
Right.
I mean, you have to know what they're doing, so you can make adjustments if you need to say, hey, I like this. Maybe I can make something like it.
Right.
That
Not
was
necessarily
one
rip
thing
it
that
off,
im-
but
Or
make
not like
something
it,
that
but
he
hey,
likes
I can
with
do
something
this.
better.
I can do it better.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's
that
what I
was
was about
one-
to go with that.
That was one thing that impressed me when we were talking to him at PCA was his knowledge of the rest of the industry was pretty amazing.
Well,
Like
he's
the number of new SKUs and that were released that year and last year and all that stuff.
right.
He had a hold of that. It was pretty impressive.
And initially he really just started as an uber fan of cigars. He loved cigars, and that's what started. And there was something called Cigar Nexus or something like that. It was like early computer days. And there was this whole group that was on there, and they would talk and chat about all these different cigars. And I mean, I don't, his career is pretty amazing. I don't even know if I can keep track of it, but he's worked for some really big companies in the past and done some amazing things. And he made that damn League of Number 9, so good.
Good cigar.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it is.
You were saying it's hard to keep up with all the stuff, Yvonne. I'll tell you the secret.
Okay.
The secret is you'll remember the good ones you smoke.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about cigars and things like that, you always remember the good ones that you smoke. So when somebody
Right.
brings it up, it's most likely one that you smoked and it was good.
Mhm.
I mean, there are, of course, there'll be the one-offs that they've had it from some place that you never heard of. From the company that has 2 people at it instead of 10.
Right. Right.
But yeah, most of the time that's all it is. It's just the stuff that you smoked before, and it's good.
Right.
So I'm sorry to give away our trade secret, but that's it.
Yeah. You gave it
We
away.
just smoke a lot of good shit.
Copycats now. So many copycats.
Mhm, mhm.
The Leaf got a bid because
Well-
of this. Holy shit!
Actually, Josephus just had a good thing to say. You remember the really good ones and the really bad ones.
That's true. Yeah, a really bad one will burn into your brain to avoid in the future. for
Oh
sure.
yeah. It's like I may never want to try that company again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I've got that list
Well,
already.
you know,
Great bubble yum.
well, you ever had one of those, somebody mentions a cigar, and instantly your mouth is like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how you remember that one.
Right.
So I know it's hard to pick favorites and stuff, especially for a company like Dunbarton that has so many good sticks. But what's your current favorite Dunbarton cigar that you can buy right now?
That's kind of hard to answer because I like different cigars at different times. And, it kind of depends on if it's first thing in the morning or later at night.
3 o'clock on a Friday.
3:37 p.m. on Friday.
I will tell you, I
The
think
13th.
I love the Brulee Blue, but I love the Muestra de Saka Bewitched. That I think that is my favorite, and I also like the story behind it because it is a cigar that he made for a relatively local shop. It was a shop in Massachusetts, the Owl Shop, that had been around for like 95 years or something. Like the gentleman that owns it now, Zach, is great, and like his grandfather. I mean, it's just like always been in his family, and so he asked Steve if Steve would make a cigar for their anniversary. And they had this big dinner. I was not there, but I know the story. But they had this big dinner, and everybody was raving over this anniversary special for the Owl Shop. And when Steve makes something for a particular shop or a company, it's their cigar. You know, that's like, so this blend belonged to the Owl Shop. You know, I mean, when, you know, Zach would say how many he wanted, and it went on for maybe 2 years, I think. And one day, Zach said, really a shame the rest of the world can't smoke this. And Steve said, well, that's up to you. And Zach was, as long as I still get them and give them. So there is no longer an anniversary cigar made for his company. He's also actually, the Owl Shop has moved to New Hampshire. So we have it now here in New Hampshire, which is very nice. But it became the Bewitched. And it is, it literally is bewitching. I mean, I know that sounds silly. I just love this. And I love the name that he picked. I was looking to see if I had a coffin, but the coffin has a little owl on the front of it, and that's as a tribute to the Owl Shop. And in Nicaragua, owls are considered mystical, and they can be bewitching. Like you're not supposed, in Nicaragua, you're not supposed to look at them. And so bewitching is a term that they use when it comes to owls. So I just think it's neat. Steve puts a lot of thought into his names and everything. So Owl Shop's anniversary cigar is now the Muestra de Saka Bewitched, and it's got that little owl on it, which will always be the tribute to the Owl Shop. And
That's awesome.
every time Zach tells me he needs to order some Bewitched, I make sure he gets it. It's a great, it's good. I mean, you can have it in the morning, you can have it at night, you can, I mean, it's just, it's one of those cigars that, yeah, it's good. So, but that is my all-time favorite. But I literally, like, I also really like Todos Los Dias, which is a brand that we don't make anymore, but he brings it back. It's the Todos Los Dias is going to have, I'm trying to remember when it's coming. I don't remember. See, I failed. But we did. We took orders for it. You know, we asked everybody, and we will bring, I believe it's the double wide that we're going to bring back. And I will tell you the truth, it is a nicotine bomb. It is over the top. It'll kick your butt, you know. And when I first started here, he had come out with that. And part of my love for that cigar was he was very surprised I liked it. And honestly, it took me a while because I kind of had to like build up into it because it was strong, you know. But he was like, I can't believe, I mean, he calls it a nicotine bomb, you know. I mean, it is strong. But you know what? There's the right time for that too, you know. And one of my perks of this job, and I don't do it all the time, but I smoke pretty regularly, and the advantage I have working here is we can smoke. You know, it's not nobody's going to yell at us for smoking. We don't have to have smoke breaks, But my biggest problem with smoking at work is I'll get busy into doing something and put my cigar down, and then 2 hours go by, and I'm like, So it's just, I find that frustrating. But I want to just sit back and enjoy it, But there's a lot of good ones. Steve would shoot me for saying this, but I loved our Lancero. And, that was, now I got to remember what the letters are, but it stood for Now Leave Me the Hell Alone. And that was because he does not care for a Lancero. It burns, in his opinion, it burns too fast. It can be tricky. He's just not a Lancero guy. And I love Lanceros. We have a lot of people that love them. People are all the time asking him to make more, and I don't know if he'll do it. He might do it on a whim sometime. I came up with something that I thought was brilliant, and it had to do with
share
it. Well, but he's not going to do it. As a matter of fact, he gave me one of those looks. The day that we released the cigar and all the New Hampshire cigars, released it at approximately the same time on that Saturday. He was doing a podcast with two guys. And then afterwards we went to Twins. And at that point, we're just kind of sitting back and relaxing. And the biggest problem I have with my job is pronouncing the names. Because when I get it in my head, that's the way it is. I literally used to me Carita, like over and over again, because he would hear me talking on the phone and go, "Oh my gosh, you should be able to say it. Nobody else needs to be able to say it, but you should be able to pronounce it." But it's crazy. But guys, I just completely lost my train of thought.
Derailed.
Completely lost my train of thought.
To sum up a little bit what Yvonne was saying, she likes a lot of cigars.
I do.
She doesn't have a favorite.
I heard that.
No.
That's what I got out of that.
I really don't, because I like them all. I mean, the nice part is, Steve does keep this little stash in the back, and he does say to us, "All right, don't wipe me out, but if you're in the mood for something, if it's in this box, you can have it." And I literally will sit there like a little kid. Which one do I want? Honestly, it's really like that, So it's, again,
candy store.
I'm lucky. And I remembered what I was going to say. It had to do with the fiddlehead. I kept calling it fiddlesticks. I'll stop calling it fiddlesticks. And he's like, "It's not fiddlesticks." And then we're now done with the podcast. It's a little bit later in the day. And I'm looking at the fiddlehead and I go, "You know what we could do? We could make a Lancero and call it fiddlesticks." And he looks at me and he goes, "No." And then he sits back and I'm like, I was like a little kid. I was like, and then he goes, "That's really not a bad idea." I don't think it's going to happen, but I just, I'm like, if it ever happens,
would be cool.
I will be like, "I did it."
I did a thing.
I thought it was brilliant,
Yeah, I think it's great.
I think it's brilliant.
But
Exactly.
I like it.
All right, so you hit on this a little bit earlier. We brought it up with one other. Unfortunately we've only had one other female on our podcast. So to have the female perspective, since you brought it up earlier, saying that back in the 90s and early 2000s and everything, the female smoker wasn't as prevalent as it is now. So from the female perspective, what do you think changed to where it made it more appealing to more females getting into smoking cigars?
that's a good question. I think it's for me, for me, it's weird. I grew up in South Florida, and often where I lived, people would walk by and they would be smoking something, all kinds of things. I live close to the beach, so there was, there'd people walk by with cigars, people would walk by with pipes, people would be smoking pot, and I literally was a little kid, and somebody would go by with a cigar, and I literally would stop and go, "What is that?" I mean, I personally have always loved the smell of a cigar and a pipe. I just love the smell. So I think, first of all, there's something kind of captivating about the smell. And honestly, in my life, I would see people, my grandfather, totally enjoying his cigar. My grandfather wasn't a cigar in his mouth reading the paper. He was relaxing outside. Grandchildren were running around, and that was his time to chill out, and he loved his cigar. And like, he really enjoyed it. And I know this is silly. I was like 10, and he said to me, "You don't understand. When I'm smoking a cigar, I can truly relax. It's just me and the cigar, and it just calms me down." And I personally always remember that. And I remember thinking, this sounds so dumb, but I remember thinking, well, why do the guys get to do it all? Like,
Fair. Fair point.
why can't we do it too? And I mean, I truly I love this being with a group of people, but I also love for it to be just me and the cigar. I often hike, and I hike with my cigar. I do get yelled at. I've gotten yelled at. Don't drop your ashes. You're going to start a fire. They're right. They're right. But I am respectful. I know I'm not going to do anything I shouldn't, but whatever. Yes, I'll get yelled at. I've smoked in Maine and gotten really in trouble because you can't smoke in public in Maine. And
Oh wow.
I go to Nubble Light all the time, and I will sit in my car and I will smoke. And I'm like, I'm in my car. I'm in my car. Don't say anything to me. Like, but I've had people make comments, and there's a park ranger and I that get along really good. Now he just waves to me. But I
Sorry.
think truly part of it is the way women are. They're more equal in the world. Like, things were different. I think about, I'm a lot older than you guys, and I think about my parents, and like, my mom literally did not work. At 4 o'clock, she'd get all dressed up because dad was coming home, and now there's more women out working, and we're working hard for our money, and
Yeah, you are.
we deserve this too. What are you laughing at, Andy?
Gibbs.
But
Smart ass.
it's true. I mean,
Oh yeah, totally.
It's true. I'm agreeing.
So I
He's
also,
getting.
I had briefly talked about my dad being ill. My dad had a form of muscular dystrophy when he got older, and he would get these horrible, horrible muscle cramps. And it took forever because he was like, I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to smoke. But my brother and I finally, because we would smoke around him all the time. And my dad would be like, why do you guys do that? And both my brother and I are like, because Dad, this is just so relaxing. And my dad really did find that it would help him relax. And he didn't seem to have as many muscle spasms. I mean, he had a form of muscular dystrophy that can't be corrected. And in reality, his muscles were just deteriorating away, and he would have these spasms, and it was painful. I try to imagine, how you get like a cramp when you're swimming. I mean, Dad did it all the time,
Oh, wow.
and yeah. And so when he finally did, we'd be like, Dad, look, just try it, you know. Honestly, it took him 2 or 3 times, but then he was like, you know, there is something to this. But it's also, it's not just the smoking. I mean, my brother, my dad, and I would just sit around the fire. We always had a fire going. And sometimes there'd be a lot of conversation, and sometimes there'd be no conversation. But it was still this quality time that we spent together, you know? And I know I've diverged on like a million different things from that question. But the bottom line is women work hard now and we deserve it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, I pay my rent, I work hard, and
Damn it, you deserve it.
enjoy it, you know. And I enjoy our cigars, and I love trying other cigars too, you know, because different blenders just do things so differently. And I find a hard time wrapping my head around that because I can't, like, you know, it's tobacco, and you know, like, how do you do this, you know?
Yeah.
Where is it a
Yeah.
place? Where's the plant taken from on the plant? You know, and is it shaded, or is it getting full sun, or, you know, is it taken prematurely? Is it, you know, aged for a while? By the way, that's how our brulee can give that sweet tip impression. It's not a sweet tip, but it's the aging process. He really keeps the tobacco that he uses in the cold room for so long that it kind of ferments, and that ends up giving it that sweetness to it. Sorry, see, I jumped all over the place.
No. You hit a good point. I mean, we've learned through our cigar journey, especially with the podcast, that, you know, all these manufacturers use the same tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they have a magic leaf. It's not like they have something completely different than somebody else.
Right.
A lot of them use the same lines, the same leaves, you know,
Mhm.
but it's just a process to make it different that is mind blowing on how
Right.
they do it and what different things they can do to make a certain taste in a cigar. So I'm with you right there. It's crazy, but it's
Right.
awesome at the same time.
I wish my palate was better. I mean, I can do very basic, you know, but the bottom line is I either know I like it or I don't like it. You know,
That's really
is
all that
it
matters, right?
super strong?
Then
Is
you
it,
are a connoisseur.
I am.
Uh,
I am my own
I'm behind that
connoisseur.
1,000%.
Yes,
But
you're a
like,
connoisseur.
I like pepper, but I don't like it to be so peppery that like my lips are constantly burning and stuff like that. So like this was great because you do get that hint of pepper. You know, like at first your lips kind of tingle a little, but as you go on farther in the cigar, it kind of mellows out and blends down. And then you get other different tastes that pop in there. I always joke with Steve all the time because he'll say to me, "What do you taste, Yvonne?" And I'll go, "Raspberries." He goes, he does not think that's funny.
Raspberries.
You know, and I don't think
Snozberries.
raspberries in anything, but I'm a smart ass. But
So you fit right in.
good.
All right. So I think some of us have already finished our cigars. I'm getting to the sad point in mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to put it out
I'm
soon.
dragging mine out as
So-
long as I possibly fucking can. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to as well.
Same.
I'm purposely not puffing on it because I'm like, I want to keep it. I want to keep it going.
Just gotta take your time, but it's hard.
It is really hard to do. But I think we need to go ahead and rate them. Let me get another puff in. Oh, okay. So I'm sad to say this because my favorite cigar out of Dunbarton has been the Red Meat Lovers, hand down. I love the Red Meat Lovers. It's my favorite cigar from Dunbarton. But this one may have overtaken it. And it's not heavy. It's not, it's not the full body smoke that the Red Meat Lovers is, but it's so pleasant and it's a little refined, and you can tell he put some time into it.
Mhm.
And I'm really enjoying it. Medium taste all the way through. Smoke output stayed great the whole time. Only had to touch it up a couple times. So I'm gonna rate it a 4.8, but that's out of 5, and it's fantastic. So if he ever comes out in another rendition, which we don't know he's gonna do, wink, wink,
Nudge,
um,
nudge.
nudge, nudge, say no more. Um,
Love a good Monty
I
Python
hope to.
reference.
Yeah, I'd love to have that one. So, yeah, 4.8, solid. How about you, Andy?
I don't want it to be at the sad part. That's where I'm at. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but it's been so we talked about this on the last recording that we did, and I'm throwing it out there because I think it's worth saying. And the experience of who we're smoking with has a lot to do sometimes with how we rate these cigars. And thinking, talking with Yvonne, you're wonderful. It's even better now that plywood's gone. It's quieter. Love you, buddy. But the cigar itself was great. I'm not, it's a great cigar, and the purpose of the original purpose, we were gonna have Penny on. It's her anniversary and celebrate with her, but to have you on, Yvonne, as well, is a plus for us.
Okay.
Enjoyed meeting you at PCA and having a chance to sit down and talk with you then, and really getting a chance to kind of talk to you here, kind of elevates this experience for at least for me.
Absolutely.
Back to the cigar. To me, it's been kind of a medium cigar all the way through. It's got a little stronger right here closer to the end for me. Not like to a full, but just kind of a more rounded medium. But yeah, that kind of earthiness kind of lived on through the whole thing, and to wrap that into a 1 through 5, I'm going to go with a 4.75, because it's a great cigar, and it's been a great experience smoking the cigar and chatting with you.
I got to tell you guys, do not worry that I will be upset if you don't like it. I mean, but everybody has a different taste. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I don't expect everyone to love it. Nobody has excellent taste like I do, but
They're also
Whatever.
not as humble about it either.
no, hey,
Not while I'm inhaling. Not while I'm inhaling.
this is really dumb, and I say this all the time. But when I was a kid, my mother once at the table said, "Does a strawberry taste the same to you as it does to me?" And that question has
Great question.
bugged me my entire life, because does it? And how
There's
do
no
we
way to
know?
know.
You know what I mean? And it's so, some people like sweet, some people like strong, some people so I'm just happy you're smoking and enjoying that you're smoking it. If you don't love it, it's okay. So I don't want you to ever think like you're going to hurt my feelings. I'll deal with you later, but hey.
Penny will call you later. You will no longer be a part of the podcast or get cigars. Thank you. Have a nice day.
We're cutting you off. Leaf cutters are no. They're on the naughty list.
How about you, Billy?
Well, not to sound like a parrot, but yeah, I'm gonna echo the same sentiments everybody else
Come up with your
has
own
been
words,
having
damn it.
before. The last third of this really did kick up for me. Like Andy was saying, I was having a almost mild to medium experience up until the last third, and it really kind of kicked up in the punch of it, the strength, and I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed that quite a bit, and I don't want it to end. But I haven't really thought of any kind or picked out any sort of flavor profiles, but I know that I enjoy it. It's really pleasant on the retro hill. That little bit of pepperiness that you get from that retro hill uh, really does go well with the the mildness of the flavor. Um, so it's really complimentary. But I guess if I had to give it a number, I'm gonna probably go the highest of everyone so far. I'm gonna give it a 4.9.
Sucker.
You sucker.
He's like, I don't want to get the bad call from Penny.
Nope. Vibes all around. Vibes all around.
Before we move on to Grim, sorry, Grim. Joseph has asked, what's the Christmas blend by Dunbarton and Trust?
It's an aromatic. I don't really know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I really don't. I mean, it's an aromatic. What I like about it, I like it's going to be in a smaller format. And that's one thing that I love about cigars and the different sizes. Because if you notice, the same cigar can taste totally different in different sizes. And it's all with the way it burns. And I don't know. That's one of those things that kind of drives me crazy. But
All right. How about you, Grim?
We have the internet.
Okay, so before I say this, I want you all to fully acknowledge, because you would never do this to me personally, like to my face, but you have to acknowledge that I am past my prime. I would get into a fist fight with my sister for this cigar. I would, on the other hand, because of my past my primeness, go into that fight for 8 rounds, 2-minute durations of Mike Tyson getting my ass beat. Because I would never hit my sister, but I really want that cigar.
oh, I love it.
That's fair. That's fair. What would you rate it?
It's a 4.25. I think it's a great introductory cigar for somebody that wants to learn how to smoke. I think it's very accessible to people that aren't used to it yet. So I think that's good. My only real complaint was it had different flavors throughout the entire thing, and like I don't know that I was smoking mine right, to be honest with you, because nobody else said that, but. I could have totally fucked that up, but
He's storing your cigars, man.
He was smoking it through his ear.
Well, but either way, it didn't. So like it kind of changed. So I went from and then the cigar ended. So, but I do think that if you were to have somebody come up to you and say, "Hey, I've never smoked a cigar before," this would be a perfect one for them to do. So. Yeah, it's 4.25.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
And Robert, how about you, buddy?
Like I said, I've had a very long day. Worked all day. I've had people in my face rushing at me, yelling at me, demanding of me. That was a perfect cigar to end the day.
Nice.
Just come home, relax, kick back, hang out with the fellas and just enjoy my time. Truth be told, I didn't know if I was going to make the show, and I got home just in time to do it. So I was glad I was able to. Thank you. 4.95. Would have been 5, but I don't know when I'm going to get another one. So, I don't.
You're not.
Yeah. Just drive that in. How about you, Zach?
Well, I like the way it changed, but obviously I have different tastes than Grim, so that's how it is.
Whoa, Killer! You watch your. You're live. I'm going to say terrible things when you do this. You're provoking me right now, and I don't like it. I'm going back on mute.
I like what some of the rest you said about it being kind of a good introductory cigar, and I could see it being a good kind of daily cigar because it's not over the top and not too strong that you have to make sure that you had a big meal ahead of time. And in my cigar journey, I've come to appreciate that a little bit more than just being slapped in the face by a cigar. So as far as the flavor profile that I got, like I said before, some chocolate and it got even more chocolatey towards the end for me, more sweet in a really pleasant way. And it's a dynamite cigar, and I am very sad that this is the only one that I get to have right now because I got it on the cigar pick. It's that much, and it's basically unsmokable at this point.
But I'm doing it
But it's
anyways.
lovely. Yeah, I'm still trying. It's super good.
Yeah, I'm touching with the edge of my lips.
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
some, like,
Try not to get burned while you're taking a puff.
mhm.
But right, like it's definitely getting a high rating for me. But I'm trying to narrow it down. I think I'm going to give it a 4.9. I think that's a fair rating. And Yvonne, that's my honest rating. The experience of smoking this cigar today, that's the rating.
Great.
So now it does get extra points because you're here. I have to admit that you made the experience more enjoyable. So it's the whole package of smoking the cigar today. And if I had it again by myself, it might be a little different. But as Rick from West Tampa said, I'd say this is worth your time if you've never had one. I like that he said that when we were talking to him about rating cigars.
Right.
But it's solid, and not so strong that like if I were to be introducing somebody to cigars, that I would feel like scared to hand it to them,
Right.
and know that they're gonna get sick from it, because I don't want somebody's first experience to be a bad one,
Right.
especially since it's something I enjoy so much.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Yvonne, just giving you a heads up before we close out. Stay on just a little bit after, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. But man, it's fantastic cigar. I can't say enough good
Really
things about
fucking
it.
good.
I wish I could say
Yeah.
I had something to do with it, but I'm glad you guys like it. I think it's very special.
You may not have blended it, but you had something to do with its success, I think.
Well, you know
being
what?
part of the team.
It is. I really think it's a great cigar. And on top of it, I love like the whole premise of what Steve did to try to, make so much of the profits that we've made on it go right back to try to keep our cigar rights where they need to be.
That's really cool.
So it's a good thing.
Cool.
So
So for now, if you could, Yvonne, just take this time, go ahead and tell everybody what's going on with Dunbarton. Anything coming out? Anything, events? Anything going on?
You can make
besides,
something up.
of course, the awesome Penny event. And if you're in the Intervale area in North or New Hampshire, which is actually it's South New Hampshire, isn't it?
no, it's north.
I don't
It's up there.
know New Hampshire, so I can't
Yeah,
tell
no.
you. I don't know.
It's a
up-
vertical state.
But
It's up there.
so if you're in the Intervale area, go check out Penny's Public House. It's an amazing
Yeah.
place. She's been posting
Please do.
pictures online. It looks exciting. I want to get up there as soon as I can. I live in Georgia, so I'm 22 hours away.
Well, if you need a place to stay,
It's only a 2-hour
maybe
drive.
you shouldn't have said that out loud, because we might take you up on that.
Plus, everyone that's in the live right now is probably going to say the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll come see you.
You just
But yeah,
you just told Steve he could come over and stay, Yvonne. I'm just saying.
that's true.
Oh man.
You did. You made that mistake. Oh my god. He'll bring tomatoes though. He'll definitely bring
Right?
tomatoes.
I got to get one of those.
But yeah,
tomatoes.
tell us what's going on with Dunbarton.
Well, we are busy. The Fratanga is going to be coming soon, coming soon to a shop near you. Fratanga is the newest in the Red Meat Lovers line. And I think it will be here probably within the next 2 weeks. And we will start shipping it out to the stores that have pre-ordered it. So I think you guys will like that. It's a little stronger,
Red Meat Lovers.
but not yeah. You know, it's but I'm excited to get that in. And I don't know. You know, the boss is away. We're kind of chilling. We know that this shipment's going to show up any day. Like we're waiting for the email that says it's on its way, you know. So I'm like, it's the calm before the storm, you know. So, but it's good. You know, he's always coming up with something new. And I don't know how he does it, you know, honestly. So we have Fratanga coming. We're going to have, he is coming out this year with a sampler pack for shops to have that has like a cigar from each of the lines. And then he has another sampler pack that's going to come out that's called the Essentials. And they are actually his favorite cigars from the line, the different ones that is his go-to. And there is a special cigar in there that we don't make. It's one of the blends that he just really likes. So it's in that too. That should be here end of August, beginning of September. And I think our big one, well, to me, it's big. It's very big, is our 10th anniversary of the company is here. And he has done a cigar we call the 10th Jubilee. And that will be coming to us, and we'll get it out in October. And it's nice. I mean, I know that sounds dumb. It's nice, but he's talented, you know. It blows me away sometimes, you know. Again, I told you, I don't get it. I don't know how they do it, you know. And then you smoke it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is really good, you know. And I'll be honest, I was like nervous because it's our 10th anniversary. Okay, this cigar's got to be good. What if I don't like it? You know? No, I like it. I absolutely like it. So that's due in October. And Stillwell Star, that comes, I think that's in October, right around the same time too, because it's more of a Christmas time because it's really aromatic. So, but that's what's up for us till like the end of the year. And who knows what he was messing around with and playing with down in Nicaragua, you know, because he always
as long as he brings you samples.
No, he doesn't. Not always. Every now and then he does. He does, but yeah, no, I mean, because he works on it. When I go into his office, honestly, there were cigars everywhere. Like, and there's notes, and the man does not stop smoking. You know, I mean, he's either chewing on it, which made me laugh because we talked about that before. A couple times he's gotten us in trouble at PCA because you can't smoke before the official opening in the building. And he's always got this cigar in his mouth. Well, he's not smoking it, but he's got that in his mouth. And people will come up to us and go, "You're not supposed to be lit up yet." And he's like, "It's not lit." You know, and it's like, oh my gosh. You know?
That's probably why he does it, so he can just like rub it in their face. Ha ha, it's not lit, motherfucker.
But I think too that's also what he does. You know, he likes tasting that. I don't know if raw tobacco is the right word, but you know, before it's lit and warmed up, and you know, because it changes. If you do that cold draw and then light it up, and 5 minutes in, it's such a different taste, you know. So
it's true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's up. I'm sorry. I'm like everywhere. Sorry.
No, it's fine. We appreciate you sharing.
You know, my
those
parents
stories
used to say all the
and
time,
memories.
"Oh, it's time to follow the bouncing ball." And I just kind of figured out what they meant. You know, here I am getting old, and I'm like, I mean, I like jump around a lot. You know, I don't know. But, hey.
Well, I just want to take this time to say thank you so much for coming on and letting
Absolutely.
giving a little bit more insight to Dunbarton and yourself. We love that you shared your stories with us and everything.
Probably more than you
And
wanted
we
to know.
no, we definitely want to know this kind of stuff.
Never more than we want.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, to be 100% honest, when you come on our show, we really want to know about you. We of course we want to know about the cigars and stuff like that. That's
Right.
a given, but we really want to know about you and what you do and how you feel about your company and things like that. We want to know all that stuff. That's fascinating to us, so that's why we like to have you on.
Well, thank you for
Um,
having me.
Well, yeah, again, thank you for
Thank
coming
you for
on.
being here for sure.
And you're welcome anytime.
We-
Nice.
yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
definitely welcome anytime. And we definitely want to send our love out to Penny
Yes.
up at Penny's Public House. She unfortunately couldn't join tonight, but she does have a really big party going on. She said she wanted to get in here, but she's probably busy as hell. That's probably why she didn't jump on. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing this awesome cigar with us. Between you being Dunbarton and Penny for actually giving it to us.
Right.
It's been an awesome experience, and we do appreciate it. So,
Thank
on
you
that
very
note,
much.
I think we're going to say good night.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.
Right.
Good night.
Thank you.